better tonight. Did you get already?
Hey guys.
Hello.
Thanks for the thumbs up, 2 eggs.
I wonder how we'll get many people today on the holiday.
Our conversation tonight's going to be Jason approved, so
Maybe.
you can stick around.
Got someone else came on. Another one. All right. Just going to give it a minute, let people get on here. I thought everybody would be on vacation today.
Or at a family barbecue or something, huh?
Yeah. Well, there's John Combs.
Hey, Donnie. Yanni.
Our stalker.
Your favorite stalker.
Yeah. Canadian Twig.
Canadian
no
Twig.
YouTube jail, eh?
No, we escaped that. Although they did demonetize that video until I took the word B-O-M-B off because it was danger, truth. You get it.
Blob.
Blob. The analytics picked that up, I guess.
Hey, commies.
Hey,
Ruby. Oh, rubies.
Hey, commies.
Now I blew it. We're already going to get struck down this time.
Oh, man.
Oh.
You're always so controversial.
No.
Anyway, did any of you have any fun plans?
Yeah, did anyone do anything fun this weekend?
We did laundry.
Yeah, we did that today.
We did have a good barbecue.
We did. Good dinner. Steve Moran. How you doing, Steve?
We should have had a barbecue with 2 eggs.
Yeah. Well, we thought we were having a barbecue with Grandma. She bailed on us. We didn't tell her what we were having, so we probably had. She probably go, well, maybe I should eat with you guys. So.
I have to save the dinner I cooked for tomorrow. That's what she was.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, we did sirloin steak, baked potato, corn on the cob, and sauteed mushrooms. But you wouldn't like it. You guys would.
We didn't get any ice cream, though.
No, we could after this. Oh.
Gotta go, guys. Nice seeing you.
This will be the shortest live in history. Charlie Porch is here.
Doing good. Good to hear, Steve. Hey, Charlie Porch. Are you in Arkansas, y'all?
Well, 2 eggs in a basket are.
Yeah, but Charlie said hi, y'all.
No.
Oh, wow, Jason says, wow. You can go, Jason, if you want.
If you notice, we don't talk like we're from Arkansas. And I always, when people say stuff, I always say, well, can't you tell I'm from Arkansas with my twang?
Hey, Claudia.
Hey.
Happy belated birthday to Ronnie.
Yeah, happy birthday. So, did you guys ever get an RV?
Or are you just borrowing?
Yeah, you're probably not going to like the news tonight. So anyway, we named it Plans Change and Things Break. So a lot of things have changed. It's kind of a combination of plans change and things break. So one of the things that's different is that I have to do therapy 3 times a week until at least the end of the year. So
I look at it like he gets to do, because
yeah,
I think it's a good thing for his.
I think it's a good thing too. He got a little radical one day there, and the girl, I mean, I don't think she meant to go as hard on me as she did, But the thing was, is that I should have just stopped.
You know what they say, no pain, no gain.
Oh, there was a lot of pain. I spent 3 days trying to get back to where I was. So anyway, they're just being a little more tender with me. I mean, it's hard when they get done, and then I got to get up and walk out of there. I feel like I'm going to fall down every time I do. So
2 eggs is having chili. That's
chili,
a nice.
chili
That's
willy.
a nice chilly weather dish to have on a
We need to make some more
95
chicken verde. That was really
95% humidity day.
good. 57 right now. 81 degrees, 57 humidity. We're supposed to get a big cool down, so it should be pretty interesting.
John says, how's the leg?
You know, they just say I have to take that gabapentin more than I like to.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's better than it was, but it's not really good. The next thing we're doing.
By the way, Yanni, it's Princess's birthday today.
Yeah, Leah. Yeah. 36-year-old. Wow.
Didn't know what to make. A little of this, a little of that. Yeah.
All of a sudden, I got all these old people calling me dad. Got to make a change there somewhere. So anyway, the next thing that's going on is we're going to go forward with doing this shed out here, and we're going to start trying to get a bunch of stuff for it, and we're going to make it even bigger. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of it, but our shed is like 16 by 12, the center, and then it's got two, like, almost look like patios or whatever.
Yeah. Covered.
Yeah. And someone had put floor, like like made it kind of like a porch or something, but it was all messed up. So I ripped all that out. That's all gone. And we're going to take the one side, the smaller side, so that we can still park our truck under there. And right now I have my U-Haul trailer parked underneath there, but that's going to go out to sit in the weather it always had before. But anyway, we're going to close that in, and it's 8 by 16 feet. And our storage right now it is 10 by 20, and without that U-Haul trailer in there, we have quite a bit of space in that storage. So when we get this thing all done, it'll be 2 rooms. One to be the laundry room, have the refrigerator and all that kind of stuff. And the other room is going to become like a little shop in there, and it will be the storage area. We'll be able to lock everything in there, and we'll eliminate one payment a month for the storage. We'll be able to get rid of that storage. So,
and it will pay for itself in a year.
Eventually, yeah, it will pay for itself, yeah. And then, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. Then I have all my stuff here. Like when I go to do things, I have everything here, and I'll have my air compressor and all my tools.
It's not that far from the property, but when you're in the middle of something, you gotta jump in the truck and go over to the storage and try to find it. That's the biggest problem.
Well, we found a guy that has egg crates. You guys, 2 eggs in a basket, you might want to get an egg crate, but he's got a whole bunch of them, and he's selling them for $1. And so we're going to go get a bunch of those, because I got all these parts, and I got all these specialty tools, and all these books and paint charts, and I want to organize everything out real nice. And plus, that stuff's been sitting over there it's been in storage for years, but it's been sitting over here.
Almost 13 years.
Yeah, and it's been sitting over here, 2-3 years now? And in the boxes, you go to pick them up, and the bottoms fall, they're cardboard boxes. So that we'll be able to put cardboard boxes inside of these, load them up, and they'll be able to be stacked. And I'm going to try to do this shed real.
Hi, Linda and Carlos.
Hey.
Will we see you in courtside?
Well, no. I think we're pretty much done with doing that. That's another change that we're doing, and the reason is because My brother-in-law used to live in Lake Havasu, and he's since moved. He lives closer to us now. And the courtside, the gate guarding job, doing the recruiting is no more for us. So um, we've already got a new doctor here, so we won't have to do that where we go to the doctor in Las Vegas. The bad part about it is the not being able to go and get our glasses and get medications and stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't know. That may be somewhere we may go in a year or two from now, but this year it's not going to happen for sure because I have to do my.
That means you guys have to come to Arkansas.
Yeah, we got actually Dougie D is supposed to be coming by here. He's in Maine and he's gonna.
So awesome.
We got actually there's 3 spots, so he'll have to park down here next to us. But yeah, we're pretty well. We could full hook up 3 RVs, 3 big RVs, so that's a good thing. So that should be interesting. And like I say, with the temperature cooling down, it's going to make it a lot nicer and yeah, a lot funner. So he's from Las Vegas, so he's kind of
He's
happy.
the one that got us the doctor in
Right.
Vegas.
And
and I have too.
but anyway, we're gonna get the shed fixed up, and get that all dialed in.
And that's part of plans change.
Yeah.
As things break.
Yeah, and my foot, it's messed up. So last year I was barely able to do courtside. This year I'd be able to do it, but they hired a lady that's doing it all year round, and so they're going to send her and possibly James. So I mean, people that want to work for Guardwood Services, by all means, go there. We're not. I mean, we still are going to. We might have to go down and do some gate guarding to do our dream here, but I want to get
Bill's supposed to do it.
Yeah, I just want to get this shed. I think it's going to be buy windows for it. We're going to go probably in a few days and go get the metal for the outside and 2 eggs in a basket. They're doing some building and they're going to buy some extra materials so we get their discount. So we'll be able to
really appreciative.
Yeah, so we'll be able to get and I'm going to build it in such a way where we'll put a mini split on it, so we'll have cooling and heating in there. We're going to do the whole thing. And tell you the truth, if things get crazy enough, we have the other side. And I've been over there looking and taking some measurements of that. And we got enough room on the other side where we could put a bedroom and a full-on bathroom in there, closet, the whole thing, and have like a little living room. And then we could turn this laundry room, could be a laundry room, kitchen, and the whole thing. So a lot of things could change on that because if we can't do this building, we're going to have to figure something out. At this point, the motorhome is doing okay, but today Darla went underneath the sink, and this is the breaking part.
I went to get a roll of paper towels out from under the sink.
And they were wet.
The kitchen sink.
And we knew we had a small leak, but we didn't know how small it was. And we keep like Windex and all that kind of stuff. Sits in a little sits in a little like a bus tray, like a bus boy would have.
It's a dish pan.
Yeah, but it's it's tall.
It's called the dish pan though.
Anyway, and it was full of water, so it was leaking pretty good. I ordered the new cartridges for the sink. So we put those in. Of course, I had to bang my head and my arms and everything about 3 or 4 times. Probably got a big mark on my head somewhere, like my arms always get. But anyway, so a lot of things are kind of like you got to make this change, and we're trying to do it without making it too difficult. And I think everybody, this is going to be the political part, everybody's going to have to make some changes because things are going to get crazy here before too long. So.
2 eggs says, and hi, Taylor Rose.
Oh, hi. So we fixed that. Our rear air conditioner has gone out. So luckily we're like at the end of the year, and I mean, it still works a little bit, but it's not working well. So, and normally those, the Medicares last about 10 years, and they're both about 10 years old. So as soon as I change the rear one, the front one will go out probably. So my plan is to get a new one. You put it on the front, take this one and put it on the back because we don't run the back near as much. Cha-ching. And then we've still been dealing with some issues with the truck. So um, we got the ABS slide and all that. It wasn't big and bogging. We got the fuel pump and the sending unit replaced, and we got the sending unit in the back in the rear axle for the speedometer, and it's all tied into the ABS. And just I had my tailpipe was rotting all out, so got to do one of those. I didn't want to look like like some of these trucks around here. So anyway, we got all that fixed, and then yesterday we went on a little drive, and the ABS light came on again.
A very little drive.
Yeah, so we went to AutoZone in Beta, and I had the guy come out and plug in his little scanner, and he says, "Well, your brake light switch high is out." I'm like, "What? Brake light switch high?" So anyway, I've talked to a couple people about it since. I bought the switch, I put it in this morning, and we drove around a little bit. The light didn't come on. So, but yeah, it's irritating. The light I can tolerate. It's the bong, bing, 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 bong. Every time you step on the brake and you let off, it goes bing, and just very irritating. So
what did you replace today?
The brake light switch.
Because you guys remember us telling you, I think it was, when was it? When did we have that brake problem?
No, that was in North Carolina, but that's all part of the ABS.
No, because we came back here. Remember when it got so hot you couldn't even touch it? We were on our way to Mina.
Touch what?
Never mind.
Exhaust? I don't know. Anyway, well, hopefully it's fixed now. So we'll see what happens. I never heard of that, but this computerized stuff on these vehicles. Of course, mine's an 06, still has a throttle cable. So
didn't you say that the brake dust from how that?
Oh, that was a brake caliper.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought maybe that messed up the thing, and the guy said, shouldn't have really done anything. And then when he told me how much they were, I agreed with him. Yeah, well, I hope that's not it. And that's when he came out and he ran a scan. Man, AutoZone's really good about that. So I plugged in and they checked it. He goes, it's this, it's actually on the pedal. When you step on the pedal, it engages the brake light. But it has something to do with the ABS system too. There's a lot of wires coming out instead of two. It used to be on the old cars, it had a power wire and an out wire. That was it. You didn't have any
more. Hello, RV bandwagon. It says to RV is to repair. Hope all is well in your rig.
Yeah.
This is the truck. But we do have a problem with the AC on the RV.
The front one works good enough that it keeps it. I'm just glad it didn't happen when we were in Kentucky because, man, we would have roasted.
So, 2Egg says, don't you want to have straight pipes on your truck to make it sound like a Franken Dodge?
No. No, it was just the tip. It has a real nice tip, chrome tip, and it just ate through the sides. It was a stainless tip, and it was chrome. So it was able to find the same one, and we put it on the same way. It's welded on there and everything. It just looks nice. It looked terrible with these. We want to take it off of there. I'm lucky it didn't come off and go through someone's windshield because it was so wore out and wasted. So it's been on there 16 years. That's a long time. So that's our change.
Hey, Megavan, Mike. Glad you got the notification.
Yeah. But trying to get things ready to go, and and be able to this winter, like I say, I'd be so much happier having all my stuff over here and not paid I mean, it's less than a mile away, but
Yeah, it's just like I said, when you're in the middle of something and you gotta stop everything, jump in the truck, drive over there, try to find it because
that's
it's
the
a mess
worst
in
part.
there. It's a mess in there. It's just
So, and that's
it's a mess.
we'll probably have to pay for an extra month just to be able to
Take it out and
take it out,
sort it out.
organize it out, label it. Because when we left the storage place in California, it was like this.
And who?
We just get it in the truck.
And it was just me and him. So
Yeah, we were because we left here and drove there straight through. I think I took maybe what.
Why were we in such a hurry? I don't remember why.
I think we had a job to go to or something. Anyway, we got there and we spent the night at my son's. We got up we got up the next day, loaded up the U-Haul trailer in the back of the pickup, and we came back. That it was about we did Highway 40, right? So it's a little shorter. It was like 1,200 miles each way. And on the way back, man, I was like hallucinating and seeing people running across the road. And she's like, "Do you think we ought to stop?" And I go, "We're within 100 miles. I just want to get back to the RV and pass out." And that's what we did. We virtually came back. I left everything in the truck. We went in.
And the other thing is, I mean, we did try to pull over and get some rest, but we were in a Denny's parking lot. I think maybe it was Flying J. I don't know. But anyway, it was way late and people were kind of creeping around, and our trailer is an open trailer, so we didn't want stuff stolen.
We experienced that once at the Long Beach Harley swap meet.
We were waiting in line to
Guy came up and saw one of my covers for a pad and just reached in the trailer and snatched it. Took off running. So couldn't figure out what he was doing. I seen him walking around and looking in the trailer. I had people do that before, but he kind of just leaned over, and next thing I know, I seen him pull it. And I told her, I said, "I think he just stole a." Oh, he's a young kid. I was going to chase him. And
good old California.
Yeah, we got in. The first thing I did is look, and it was gone. So I knew what he took. But I was going to keep it actually because it was great for putting bolts in. But anyway, that's life.
That's what people say.
Yeah. So I mean, one of the things that we've learned, especially from this lifestyle, is that things are constantly changing, and you got to just be willing to go along with the changes. And right now, the way that things are, we talked a little bit about it last week. There's actually some hazards out there on the road with individuals, and I think we feel pretty safe around here. We actually had a homeless person out by Walmart yesterday. When we went to AutoZone.
Yeah.
She was probably a 50-year-old lady. She's like way overweight, and she had a cardboard sign. I'm thinking, what is she doing here? And it was hot. She was wiping the sweat off her face and everything else.
We get them too.
Yeah, but that we always get where we get them is we get them out there by the Walmart, and then we have a guy that's kind of hanging around here, but he won't be here much longer. It's too cold for him. Weather, a lot of rain. You don't want to be outside when it's raining.
We told you our Mexican food restaurants closed.
Yeah, that's another change.
Yeah.
They're closed for good. There was a lot to that.
They were closed when we got back from Kentucky, from our fireworks job up in Kentucky.
Yeah, and a lot of things have changed around here. There's a lot of property for sale. Yeah. Really surprised about that.
Me too. I've never seen so much property for sale around here in all the time I've been coming here.
And now, fall's coming. We're starting to get a little bit of the trees are dropping leaves, so we're starting to see houses we didn't know were there, and yard art that we didn't know was there. It's kind of interesting how things change. There's a house right down the end of the street here.
You cannot.
You would not know there's a house, and it's an old house.
Yeah.
And they keep the lawn mowed, but the trees and stuff are just getting inside this house and just breaking it apart, man.
Overtaking it. What happens? Mother Nature reclaims.
Yeah, that's what my brother said too. You know, if you don't keep your yard up, you know, you'll lose stuff, man. Things when it grows back, your stuff is gone, and that's why they have huge plantations out here. The big industry around here is logging, and they go through it. I mean, they cut all the trees down in like 250, 300 acres, and then they come back and plant them. And a couple of years later, I mean, they're going in there and thinning it out, maintaining it. It takes about 25 or 30 years, and then they come back in and cut them all down again. They pull all the stuff.
It is a crop. It is considered a crop out here.
Kind of like growing corn, you know, but they're really big corn, really tall. And I mean, they make everything out of it. You know, it's where your building materials and stuff like that, you know, come from. And they, for a while, man, they were just nothing but log trucks going up and down, and now they're redoing the roads. So that's what they do.
Because they trash the road.
They destroy the roads. So when they get done destroying the road, then they come out, they repave it, and stripe it. And unlike a lot of states, it doesn't take 5 years to get it done. So in that one road that goes to Garrett's shop, they just redid it. So, but yeah, and then some of these places, people own them, and they let Weyerhaeuser and these companies come in and cut the trees off of it, and then they'll keep like half of it. They don't want to replant because they want to have pasture land. So
yeah,
and some people like the view. You know, there's a couple places, man, where they've cut trees down, and you just look out there and it's awesome. Huh? Yeah. It's really nice because this is all hill country. We're there's a house next door to us over here, and they're at the top of the hill, and everything else going that way is downhill. So when it rains real hard, we get water going through here, but nothing stays. It just goes down, which is nice. So, but you got to be careful when you're on the highway out there because you can hydroplane. I found out that one day. And going to Grandma's house the other day was a little bit like that.
Over the river and through the woods, or is it through the woods and through the river? Anyway, it's pretty hairy.
Yeah, so
no grass, gravel, and vegetables and herbs.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of grass here.
Yeah.
And what's funny is
they don't.
Yeah. Well, they might. You never know because they cut down trees. But we rocked this whole area, and half of it's gone. But as soon as winter comes, all that grass will be gone. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Possibility of another truckload of rock and a couple of truckloads of dirt. Bring this one place over here up.
The third RV slot.
Yeah, but if I don't build the building for a while, I'm just going to leave that like that. Just put maybe a little bit more rock on top of it, without the dirt. Because as long as we're in here, then we can still see out. So I don't want to be like some people where they park in your yard and then they block your view of the lake. You know, that's what we used to do to my poor brother-in-law. We'd go visit him, and he had this beautiful view of Lake Havasu, and then when we were there, he had a beautiful view of our motorhome until we left.
What happened was they built behind him, and they were getting ready to build next door to him, and then he just was like too closed in, and he's like, okay, time to go. Havasu's changed so much. We've said that before. I mean,
it's all full of LE.
It's
full
of Californians, big time.
That's what it's always been. People from California have populated Lake Havasu, but it's always been like retired business people and stuff like that. And now it's just full of homeless, and like everything else. And it's one of those places that you could stay there all year round.
Good evening. The Old Stream Threshers reunion in Reedlog, Minnesota was outstanding. Awesome. Old Steam Threshers, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you were going to that. That sounded like a lot of fun.
Should have met up with Minivan Mike.
In Wisconsin, though.
Well, they're Minnesota, Wisconsin are pretty close.
Close.
Yeah. That's what we should do. We should like set up meetings between our subscribers with other subscribers. So after about 5 or 6, we'd have it done. Huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, that last video, the live was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because we took a big hit, and it's coming back up again. I don't know what it is. We haven't figured it out yet.
The thing is every time we put anything out, we always say this: we lose subscribers. So last week Bill figured I might as well be controversial and say what I really feel, and it didn't change anything other than that one word. That one word, really. And I took that off, and then they remonetized us. It's like, okay, whatever.
We lost 10. Well, 14. We were down 14, and then now we're still down. But I don't care anymore.
It's the views. The subscribers do not matter. It is the views. That's what matters to YouTube.
We have about 400 to 500 people that are watchers. We get a lot of people that just come on and like the changing the oil one and installing the awning side screen. They like that.
And the privacy window thing that Kevin did.
Yeah.
Little do-it-yourself kind of thing.
And then going to courtside and going to Mexico and stuff like that. We got some videos that really had a lot of people watch, but it never turned into anything.
And I know that we're an RV channel, but if we ever get to the point where we can build either our building or build out this shed, I know that we're probably going to get a lot of traction off that too, because people are loving that right now. They really are.
And I've been working on motorcycles, so I'm actually starting to build a little clientele.
That's right, Mike. That's right.
Yeah, you know what? I think the people that do watch us are definitely the type of people. Well, we met you, Mike, and courtside, and
no, a lot of people, really, a lot of people.
We've met quite a few. It's surprising. Terry Burns, I'm surprised he's not on here.
Yeah.
And we haven't met.
Again, this is Labor Day. He might be barbecuing with family or whatnot.
We haven't met RV Bandwagon yet, but I feel like we don't.
I know.
So, yeah, it's just, it's like.
Teresa's not on here.
No, she's probably working. Or they told her not to talk to us anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an interesting life. We're still in it. We're still living the lifestyle. We're still living in RV. When you have a medical thing like I went through, I feel very, very fortunate that things kind of turned out the way they have. But now I've got a long road there. And plus, this is kind of top secret, but I'll tell you guys, I have a polyp in my nose. That's why I'm always, a lot of the time I sound congested.
Like that.
And sometimes it will come out and be right here. And I have to take prednisone. And I don't know if you guys know what prednisone is.
But when you're diabetic, really?
Yeah, I mean, it takes your sugar from 85 to 120 up to 480 in one day, and then it starts coming back down. So,
what do you think is the best product to use to remove scratches from aluminum? Phil.
Oh, Phil. Oh, I've got some of that stuff. It's It'll make it look like chrome, man. But you probably will have to use
It's in a
something.
blue can, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in a blue can.
Like when I say a can, it's like
Like a
about
can,
that tall.
it looks like a small paint can.
Yeah.
Like a
about
quart
that big
size paint
around,
can.
about that tall. It's got a lid that pops off.
But get you some, depending on how deep the scratches are, you can get like a little kit, you know, of wet, dry sandpaper, and you want to use it wet. And probably your final sand would be like 2,000. If it's scratched pretty good.
Clear coat on an Airstream.
On a clear coat on an Airstream. Yeah. Ooh. Well, the clear coat.
Never dull.
Never dull. Yeah.
It's Eagle One Never Dull.
Yeah, and then that's what I use on my wheels. But I haven't done that probably
Looks like that, guys.
2 years.
Right there. And I know it's backwards. It says Never Dull.
Yeah, it works real good. It's like $40 for that little can now. But
no, it's $9.
Well, oh, that's not it.
No,
No,
great.
that's like cotton balls.
Oh, that is?
Yeah,
Well,
that doesn't work. I'll have to.
Tune in next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you want to know, you have to be here next week. But just like start off with like 120. If it's a deep scratch, and just work on it real easy. Of course, you're standing on, if it's on the body of the outside of an Airstream, you got to go real easy, and then maybe even like 500. Maybe start off with 500 and then go to like 800 and then 1200 and then eventually get to 2000. Then you get it smoothed out real good, and then when you hit this polish that I get. And it'll bring it up to, it'll look like chrome. So that's how I do my wheels. Huh?
I thought I had it. How about Garriott's Garage Products? Use gutter cement to seal roof seams on top of Airstream. You know, I almost died from diabetes 3 years ago. Feel like I'm over it now. Good thing, RV bandwagon.
Yeah, well, if I would have known I was going to live this long, I would have probably took a little better care of myself.
So, Garriott Garage Products?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that. Or Mothers? Heard of Mothers?
No, it's they sell it courtside. Huh?
Bull's not available at truck stops, TA truck stops.
It's like a blue. It's a real fine polish. It's a real fine polish. You need a buffer to really get it to where it comes up to like chrome. And then what you can do is you can clean it with a little cleaning solvent or alcohol or something, and then you can re-clear it probably. It might show a little bit depending, unless you spray the whole thing, which you're not going to want to do. But yeah, I used to be able, if I painted something, I used to be able to fix the paint.
Some clown keyed the whole side of the trailer while walking. Friendly town in Minnesota. Great. When you went up to the steam show, is that what happened? That's very sad.
Well, email me a picture or something. I'll look at it. It's people. That's what I'm saying. There's got to stay away from the big cities, guys. I mean, if you're gonna travel this country, you're gonna want to stay away from big cities and Cracker Barrels. The food's terrible there. Unless you have breakfast is probably okay, but last couple of times we've eaten there at lunch and dinner was just everything tastes like Band-Aids. So anyway, and then what happened to Prepper Wayne, in a truck stop? You got to be careful at truck stops. There's just so many things right now, and I think the world will eventually get really good again. I mean, it swings from And we've been on this trajectory since like the 50s, right after World War II. Things were good for a while, and then they just started to go right back into it because a lot of things were created during that World War II thing, and we're just coming back to this really nasty lifestyle. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid, I was with my mom and my stepdad, and we drove through the Watts riots, and my stepdad was like, of course, he was a pretty tough guy, but you know, when people are throwing rocks at your car and stuff, you just kind of want to get out of there, you know.
Not a fan of Cracker Barrel food.
Yeah, and it used to be so good. I don't know what happened, but the food doesn't taste like the food we used to eat. You know, unless you prepare stuff yourself, it doesn't taste the same.
Then, if you're not careful what you buy, it doesn't taste right either.
There's Dougie
Hey,
D.
Dougie and Helen.
And Helen. They're on their way here. You can see he's clapping for the Wolf Band.
Park Rapids, Minnesota, small charming town. Trailer was out of my line of sight. Yeah.
What are our plans to change? We're not going to quartzsite. We're gonna do some digging in here. The shed we have. We're gonna make it bigger. We're gonna empty out my storage. We're gonna have everything here, and it'll all be secure. And we'll have a way to store food and have a refrigerator, do laundry. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of an upfront expense, but long term, I mean, we're spending $10 to $12 a week at a laundromat.
I feel like COVID definitely taught us we absolutely have to have a landing spot.
Yeah.
Somewhere where we can actually do life in a normal fashion. We need to. It doesn't mean we have to shut down travel completely, but we definitely need a spot where if something like COVID happened again, we'd have a place to be. And yeah, we did have a place to be when we first started this, but our hand was kind of forced in that. We could have rented an apartment, but we wanted out of California, so getting an RV was kind of the way to find out where we liked and go see those places and continue working. So
we're always looking for a plan B.
And close to family.
Yeah, we're always looking for a plan B, and most of you have heard about Uncle Jerry and Aunt Nancy, and I mean, we met them at one of in fact, today's my oldest daughter's birthday, and it was her friend, and they put us at one of the family tables, and they sat me next to Uncle Jerry, and I mean, he was probably in his 70s. And he was asking, well, what do you do? And I told him, you know, I got a motorcycle shop, and he's all interested in it. And then I thought, well, I'll humor this old fart. And well, what do you do, Uncle Jerry? Well, Aunt Nancy and we're full-time RVers, and we travel around the country and do all these odd jobs, and that was it.
And now you're that old.
That was the subject line from then on. And he was quite a bit older. He was in his 80s when they parted. And I mean, this lifestyle, it's not a forever thing. You'll come to an age. I mean, like right now for me, I mean, I worry about sitting in that driver's seat too long after I've had this problem with my leg. And sometimes you just can't pull 60 feet of rig over very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And
Doug says he stayed 2 nights at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. Well, just go in for breakfast. Don't eat dinner.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos, and yeah, I know you guys are headed to Florida to find your landing pad, as it were.
Yeah.
I'm going to be interested to see your content. Anybody want to go join him? It's RV Bandwagon YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of content out.
Yeah, he's got
more than us.
He's got a very entertaining spin to his thing, so he's very talented. So you guys would like him. He's very entertaining. See, we're not entertaining. We just a lot of nonsense. To a couple, they are tired of the homeless Liberal
No.
voting. Yeah.
Johnny Hunter sold our house to a couple retiring from San Leandro. They're tired of the homeless and liberal voting. Yes. All right, Mike. Thanks for joining for however long you could. Take care and come visit us.
Well, we both grew up in California, and the thing about when we grew up in California, it was good times, and then as we got to be young adults, like 25 years old, it was starting to get bad, and so we left and we moved to the San Bernardino Mountains. And the thing about the San Bernardino Mountains is, if anything starts to go bad, it just destructs itself. I mean, there's no work, there's nothing. And it was cold, it was snowing all the time. And she said, "You see down there? You see that down there, that desert? I'm going to be living down there. If you want to live with me, you're going to go down there and find a house." So we went down. We met this really good guy. I can't even remember his name now. Frank Moser.
I'll always remember.
And that poor guy, he drove us all over the desert. And I think it was his plan, because he kept telling us about this house. But it was a little bit more than we wanted to spend. And we had bought this house in the mountains, and I had sold my house. I bought my first house when I was 19, and I bought it for $43,000. I probably put about $5,000 or $6,000, and ended up selling it for $98,000. Now that was back in 1981. So back then, that was a lot of money, and we went up, put $35,000 down on this house in the mountains, and we got away with about $3,600 or something. So we went down looking for houses. We told them what we had, and we talked to these. He took us to this house. It was a guy had been a preacher and his wife, and it was a pretty nice house. It was barely insulated. It had single pane windows in the desert. We were at 3,200 feet high.
It snowed.
And it snowed there too, but it wasn't near as bad. But anyway,
but not great for single pane windows.
I was selling at that time. I was reduced to selling cars, and we needed to come up with a grand total of about $5,500 down. And I'll tell you what, if you're breathing, your hand would move a pin, you bought a car. I turned into a pressure salesman. I sold a whole bunch of cars, and as soon as we got that house, I quit that job and went up and started working at this car dealer in the desert. And that ended up. I went into the service department. I was riding service, and I had these two other guys. And I didn't know them, but they were working the service manager to get rid of me because I was kicking their butts in every angle.
Our bandwagon says, "I'm a SoCal skater from Huntington Beach, dude."
Oh yeah. I used to surf a lot there at the pier at night. I'm from Downey. She's from Norwalk, so you probably know where that is.
See, we do feel like we know you.
But anyway, one night the service manager took me in my own demo that I had and dropped me off, and I had to go in. We didn't have a car then, and I had to walk in and tell her I just got fired.
Steffi.
And
hi, boo.
Hey. So I came home to this little guy that just came on the chat and her. And anyway, we ended up. In fact,
where the sewers meet.
Exactly. John Combs, he lived there by us. So I mean, we know him. We know John for a long time. We know John since like 1981 or 82. Yeah, so at least 40 years. So
yeah. Pretty much all Steve's life.
So I mean, John lived with us in the high desert, and that's where he met his wife that he's married to now.
Mail carrier.
Yeah, he wanted to check the mail every day. I think he just wanted to check the mail carrier. So anyway, yeah.
And they're
so
still married. My dad.
So we've been.
I know it's been hard, Patty.
We've been pretty much able to adjust and change. Tent dwellers. We've always been willing, and I mean, I love being able to travel in this motorhome meet new people and stuff like that. But man, sometimes you go to places that they're just a-holes. Some places you go and people are really awesome. It's the campground jobs that I don't like. I mean, well, we had problems the last year we worked at Amazon because they were closing the facility and all the people.
Morale was way down.
Morale was way down, and I mean they pounded on me like 4 or 5 times, and man, I let Haas, Hussein was his name, I let him know that
Hassan was his name, but Bill would always call him Hassan, but he wanted to be called Haas.
And
he told Bill, "Don't call me Haas or Hassan.
Yeah.
Call me Haas." Okay.
But anyway, he just kept jumping all over my case. And out of 5 times, one time I had made a mistake, and I went and told him, and he yelled at me for telling him. And so we ended up walking out of there. But what they didn't know is that the lady that ran the entire workforce for Amazon, I had helped her with a couple of things in the RV world about. She had a friend who had a lawyer that wanted to do a lemon law thing, and they didn't know how to go about it. So I walked them all the way through all that process. And anyway, as we were leaving, she made a surprise visit to this place, and
Jill had the opportunity to.
Yeah, she says, "Hi, how you guys doing?" I said, "We're quitting. I want to be the one that walks you out." That's what they call it. And man, I gave them a write up. And what was weird is a lot of people had walked out of there. And I watched a lady that had gone all the way through school and college and had a job for 35 years. And they decided to do this RV thing. And this was one of their first jobs. And she goes, we were walking in. We walked into the lunchroom. And she had been sitting there crying. And the reason why she stayed is she just wanted to tell me that. Talk to us and say goodbye to us. And when she left, I told her, I said, "Tomorrow we're leaving." And that's when we were going to stay all day and leave. We didn't make it till the first break, and we left. So anyway, but we had good experience. The first time I went there, I blew my leg up. That was a bad experience, and then that was another one. But we did it in like 5 years. So.
Hi, Joelle Leslie. Good to see you here. I know you catch us on the replay. Appreciate that you're here though. And Elton.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, another stupid thing is to find oil for this diesel. I bet I bought oil at 4 different Walmarts for this.
Yeah.
I had a hard time getting it when we left, and I've been trying to get oil again, and so I've been having I go in and if they got one of I use Rotella with 1540, and if they got it, I buy it. I've had to buy it in a box and all kinds of different things, but now I need to get my filter, and it's gone up $25 in price, and it's just getting expensive, and something's got to change.
You need a job, boy.
Yeah. So we've been trying to deal with the changes that are going on, and that's one of them. Expense, food, expensive. When you're on the road and you're running a daily deal. I mean, to drive this thing all day runs about $130. Well, it did. I don't know what it. Diesel's going up. The little place over here by us, it was one of the cheapest places around. Now it's over $5 again. So I don't know. Gasoline's the cheapest over here in a 50-mile range. Gas is the cheapest, and diesel's the most expensive over here. So I don't know how they figured that out. But
anyway, all those things do play into travel.
Yeah. Well, I see RV Bandwagon sold his diesel pusher. Well, one thing that we did decide when we went into this lifestyle is that we wanted to have plenty of room, and we wanted it to be like a house. People say, oh, you know, you want to spend all your time outside. Well, we spend time outside. We do campfires. We go. We don't do a lot of hiking and stuff, but we go bicycle riding and stuff like that. We did. We haven't been doing it since my leg, but we like to be comfortable. We like to be, you know, have a nice bed, a nice kitchen, nice bathroom, and we have all that with this. And you know, you don't. I think we do about 8,000 miles a year.
Doug says costing us about $300 a day.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, but you drive too fast. He always tell me, oh, you know, I just cruise along at about 75. That eats up a lot of gas. He's got a big, heavy monster. So.
How's PT, Dad? Your leg getting better yet?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I got wrenched pretty bad one day last week, and I was in a lot of pain for like 2 or 3 days. But it's getting back to where it was before that happened. But I guess part of the thing with this is you have to be willing to deal with a lot of pain to get it better. I mean, like right now, it's buzzing. It's time for my pain medication, but I want to be awake during the live. You know what I mean? So sometimes it just knocked me out. So.
He says max 65.
Yeah. Max 65. Is that one of your dog's names? Bentley. So. But yeah, oh wow, look, we're not doing so good on our likes tonight. That's one thing you guys could do for us. That helps our algorithms and all that stuff. If you don't mind, if you would hit the like.
If you like, if not, you can give us a thumbs down.
Yeah, it's appreciated. I really appreciate it when you guys do that, because it does help move your video around a little bit. Say, all right, great, you guys are great. See, I can always count on these people. They're wonderful.
They're faithful viewers, and I don't know why you guys watch us, but you do. Let's see, we've got our son, our best friend.
Yeah. Our neighbors.
Our neighbors. That's 1/5 of everybody on here.
So when you coming our way, Dougie? You said you were coming this way, probably. Are you coming still?
Steve says it's been since Kyle's wedding since he's seen John and Patty. And John said no, he saw them at their house in Victorville.
Oh yeah.
Why is he saying that? What?
I wonder why he was saying that.
Yeah.
I hope so. Well, I might fill your spot if you're not coming. Never know.
He doesn't have that many friends.
We have a lot of friends. We really do. We have to beg them with, camp spot.
Yeah.
It's going to get real pretty here pretty soon, because when the leaves change, it's really cool to see. And it never does turn totally brown around here. It's not like the desert where it never turns green. We have a lot of evergreens, so it stays pretty green here. But it does. When the trees drop, like our maple trees out here, there's a bunch of it'll be just big sticks in the ground. But we got these things out here. What are those things called?
Mimosas.
Mimosas.
They're really pretty, but man, they grow fast.
They grow like 8 feet. We cut them down.
My brother-in-law calls them water trees, because when you cut them down, they're full of water.
Yeah. And
they don't burn very well. So we have a guest bedroom, Steve.
Yeah. Doug, I thought you were going to come and spend a couple of weeks with us.
He was. He said that's okay. I'm self-contained.
Well, you know, that's not a problem.
No, but you just said.
We'll let more people in?
Yeah.
I won't do that if you're coming. Your spot is saved right now. So, but yeah. I don't know what we'll probably just leave this here. Especially when we do that. I've even got bigger plans for that shed if we're not going to be able to do stuff here the way I want to. Like I said before, where there's enough room in there I could enclose the other side too, and then we would have
a guest room.
Guest room. Well, we'd have a bedroom and a shower, and I could put a kitchen and everything in that little shed. And one thing good around here is there's no building codes, so you build what you want. You don't have to go to the city. The only thing that they require is they won't turn your water on until they know you're hooked to the sewer.
But that's because we're in the city.
We're in
proper.
the city.
The little town.
If you're outside the city, you can do whatever you want. And I'm telling you, people live in some pretty rough stuff.
They do.
I saw something jump up over there.
A las ocho.
Huh?
A las ocho. 8 o'clock.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, it looks like Zach, hi guys, is Zach from the fireworks store in Kentucky.
2A says they should be getting their truck back tomorrow.
You remember Zach from the fireworks store in Kentucky?
Hey, Zach. Good to see you. Awesome.
And Tymar's here.
Hi, Tymar.
Let's do with Class A living. Well, okay. The continuing saga of Class A living. He got it framed out, and he's been putting sheets of metal on the roof. But I mean, as heavy as that stuff is, I don't know, and it's all bare metal. So I don't know what's worse, black mold or rust. He's gonna have to.
I already got wagon. Jason's
Tonight.
cracking up.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do to preserve that thing. And then now he's talking about putting the nose cone on the front again. But he took all the heater out, and I mean, all the wiring's gone. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's got a plan, I guess.
And it's not yours.
Yeah, I hope that he can succeed at it. I don't know. I mean, at first I thought he was absolutely nuts. I think he's still crazy, but he might pull it off. I don't know. I just think it's only half as much RV as he had before. It looks,
but he'll have a deck. He'll have a
patio. Well, it's going to be like a truck bed, is what he says. It's kind of ridiculous looking, but
he might be on.
I don't know if he can register it. You know, it's. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. I really don't. I mean, they try to build these things out of really lightweight stuff. I mean, the only steel that we have in the body part is up here in the front. It's built like a roll cage up here if you crash. But from like behind the seats back, it's all aluminum. So, and you can see, I mean, it's pretty well boxed in with the aluminum, but aluminum's not as strong as the steel. That's where he's at.
Thank you guys again for the thumbs up.
Yeah, and what's funny is the owner of the ranch said, it's fire season. We need to get all this stuff picked up. So the owner's got to spend a lot of time cleaning up this mess, and that's the only way you can get him to do it. I think the owners get ready to time for you to go. So he better get it done pretty quick because he spent a lot of time not doing anything. And you'll know when the pressure's really on him because you'll be wanting money. So that's how it goes,
Well, guys, I think we're going to.
You're the boss.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, we better go.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. As always, we really appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll give it keep trying to keep these things rolling. As long as you guys want to be part of it, we'll do it. So,
Thanks for being here for us.
yeah. All right, guys. Good night. Have a good
night.
one.